Welcome to the next edition of the Seafood News Weekly Roundup Show, brought to you by Urner Seafood Import Workshop. I'm your host and SeafoodNews.com editor Michael Ramsing, and we are just days away from Super Bowl Sunday. I didn't get the greatest numbers for the office box pool, so I plan on just eating my weight in junk food. As for today's show, it's a good one. We have a couple market stories powered by Urner's Comtel, a quota announcement, a company merger, and we'll end today's show with some fishery administrative news from Washington, D.C. So we'll get our program underway with Octopus. We had a chance to speak with Seaport Products' Vice President Mike Daniels, who said demand is high for octopus in the U.S. since its versatility in the kitchen is making it one of the emerging items in the seafood industry. Millennials, like myself, are a key consumer group driving up the need for more octopus in the market. The generation is largely responsible for the spread of the poke concept from the West Coast to the East Coast markets, and that's just one of the many menu concepts that chefs are using to feature more octopus. Spanish octopus is in particularly high demand for its flavor profile, texture, tenderness, and high yield. U.S. imports of Spanish octopus have exploded in the last 5 years, with imports currently at an all-time high. But while Spanish imports are strong, supplies from more traditional U.S. suppliers in the Philippines and Indonesia have been weak. This lack of production and rise in demand has octopus prices in the U.S. at notable highs across all categories, according to Urner. In some other market-moving news, prices for imported frozen salmon from Chile are now at all-time record high levels in January, according to Urner. This is a function of more limited farm production from both Chilean and European suppliers, in addition to Alaska's historically poor pink salmon run in 2016. Fresh salmon demand has limited the available supply to produce more frozen product. This happened at the same time that Alaska's pink salmon run was a major bust, which forced U.S. buyers to Chilean salmon to fill their product need for frozen salmon. Remember, you can read these stories and get premium octopus and salmon market information with a subscription to Urner's Comtel. Our next story is out of the Pacific Northwest, where the International Pacific Halibut Commission approved a coast-wide catch limit of 31.4 million pounds. That's an increase from just about 30 million pounds last year. This year's commission was particularly interesting since U.S. and Canadian officials were vocal on the best strategy to jointly manage the resource coast-wide. You can read more about the U.S. and Canadian halibut discussion at SeafoodNews.com. We now go to the state of Florida for our last headline story of the day, where Performance Food Group has purchased the assets to major seafood distributor Bar Harbor Seafood. According to the deal, Bar Harbor's current president and founder Jeff Hazel will retain his title. The company will also keep its name, and it will be roped into PFG's specialty company cluster. Bar Harbor is a $73 million seafood distributor with headquarters in Orlando. The company operates a 41,000 square foot facility and employs about 150 workers. Bar Harbor is now the third seafood distributor in Florida to get bought up by a national broadline distributor in the last year. Last February, Cisco Corporation bought North Star's $128 million fresh and frozen seafood operation, while U.S. Foods purchased St. Petersburg's Save-On Seafood this past October. As for today's top story, several letters from some major U.S. seafood industry associations and companies were sent to the White House that overwhelmingly supported the candidacy for Chris Oliver to be the next federal fisheries administrator for the federal government. Oliver is a lifetime fisheries medicine professional and is the director of the North Pacific Fishery Management Council, a position he's held for the last 16 years. In total, the letters represented 55 seafood companies, trade associations, and conservation groups, which is a rare showing of solidarity from the industry. Oliver will be able to use his background of applying science to fisheries and food production to advocate for the industry at the federal level. And that's today's show, which was brought to you by Urner Seafood Import Workshop Series. We're relaunching this popular compliance series here at Urner headquarters in Toms River, New Jersey on February 28th. This workshop will provide a full day of training from a panel of hand-picked industry experts. Sign up today by heading over to shop.urnerberry.com or give us a call at 732-240-5330. Space is limited for this series, so sign up while spots are still open. We look forward to seeing you all here. As always, tell us how we're doing on Twitter by tweeting at us at SeafoodComNews and at UB Seafood, and you can like Urner and Seafood News on Facebook to learn more about what we're up to. As always, I'm Michael Ramsing with Urner and Seafood News. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all here next week.